On August 9th, Joe Biden asked Congress for $40 billion with a B for Ukraine. That's $40 billion more dollars on top of what we've already given them to fight a war so that the war news can cover up all the criminal activity that went on in Ukraine, where the Democrats used that country as their personal ATM for years. But in response to a natural disaster in Maui, Hawaii, Biden offered only $1.9 million with an M. Hawaii is not some foreign country, folks. It is one of his own states, and it's a blue state. Since we know that the Biden administration divvies out money based on red or blue, can you imagine if Hawaii were a red state? By the end of this video, you will know why, when Democrats are in charge of things, they show off their disdain for you, the American people. Let's get into it. It has been reported that $1.9 million for Maui is something in the neighborhood of $700 per household. There's already $6 billion in damages reported. There are over 100 people officially confirmed dead, but people on the ground there who are not with the government are saying that over 1,000 bodies have been found already. You know, while Maui was counting its dead this past Sunday, our president was, well, let's just say he was having a sunnier day in Delaware. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of leadership during a crisis, I think of someone who's present, someone who's involved, not someone who's, I don't know, working on their tan and then using the excuse, I don't want to go there because I'll be in the way. Yet you yelled at Trump when he said the same thing one time. It took Joe Biden 4 days to even talk about Maui. It's been reported that there could be up to 100 or more children who were burned alive. People were burned alive in their cars. The local government there, useless, told people to shelter in place, and they all died. Biden went to the beach during the Maui fire. Joe Biden as president had a choice to make. He could have gotten involved personally to let the country know, especially the people in Maui, to let them know that he was on the case and that he made all the appropriate calls to make sure that everyone and everything that needed to be there were there to help these poor people, that it was put into motion. Or he could have gone on vacation. Joe went on vacation. Despite the FEMA director saying that they were all over the island from the very beginning, interviews with people who were there on the ground said that they hadn't seen a single person from the administration for days. And that's because they were regular working class people. Remember the train derailment in Ohio? And remember when Pete Buttigieg, who was supposed to be the transportation secretary, and he didn't show up for weeks? Remember that? It's because he had disdain for the very people that were being harmed. There's a pattern with this when it comes to liberals in government. Now, this is how evil these people are. Democrats always try to attack other people to take away their own incompetence from the focus. Just to give you an idea of how bad these people really are, we have some smacked ass named Andrew Bates, who's a White House spokesman, who attacked Republicans in Washington by blaming the fires on climate change. He said, quote, "We won't be lectured by Republican officials in Washington who are doubling down on denial of the climate crisis that is devastating red and blue states, who attempted to slash the wildfire response budget, and who defended the Trump administration cutting Puerto Rico off from hurricane relief." Not only did he bullshit everyone about climate change causing the fires in Maui, but he went on and attacked D.C. Republicans by claiming they tried to slash the wildfire response budget. What the hell would that have done anyway in this case? Can this jackass point out for me where in the Constitution it gives the federal government the authority to even spend money on a wildfire response budget? And he said this in his response to the questions about the incompetence of the Biden administration with the Maui fires. You know, there really is no way to whitewash what's happening in Maui right now. The press are reporting on it because it is a major story, and I saw that NBC did do a report on the fact that Biden didn't show up. He couldn't care less. But then they went on to talk about Trump and that he got indicted because they can't help themselves. The devastation is mind-boggling. When you take a look at the photographs, holy mackerel, it looks like a nuclear bomb went off. There was really nothing left. The large swaths of land, look at that have been completely destroyed. And we know that by next month or maybe the month after, that Joe Biden will be praising his administration for saving lives, and somehow Hawaii will indict Donald Trump. But just listen to these people who live there show their frustration at the lack of empathy and the lack of response from the government. Give this a listen.
Shit. No more nothing for us anymore in the ocean except sunscreen. So let us get back to our island. We can survive. If the United States government don't help us, maybe Japan going, they love Hawaii. Maybe one other country, but if they can freaking take care of Ukraine, yeah? $40 billion go to Ukraine.
There you go.
Fucking shit ain't coming to us. What the fuck? My tax paying money for 60 fucking years don't mean shit.
There you go.
But they're gonna take care of Ukraine, 40 fucking billion. But nobody's still here for take care of us. We're suffering. All this shit we gotta do on our own.
Yep. Now that man knows what he's talking about, and he's speaking truth because he is there in the thick of it. And he is pointing out the lack of empathy, the incompetence, and the complete disdain that the Biden administration has for people like him. I think conservatives should start some Give, Send, Go funds for the people of Maui. Because if Biden offered only $1.9 million and then went on vacation, I think they're going to treat this just like the train derailment in Ohio. They're going to hope that the hype goes away and that the people will just forget that they did next to nothing to help until it was too late. All right, so that's it. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, share our videos with like-minded friends, stay informed, stay vigilant. Always remember to read between the lines. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.
I don't give a damn. I don't really care about you and your problems. I don't give a damn. You talk way too much. I have heard enough about you and your problems. I don't